I'm ready.
All right, we are so excited to have you. I am Miss J from JuicyPop for InStyleAtlanta.com.
I know who you guys are. You all up on my social media. I know you guys.
Hey, come on now, we're trying to get on your status, okay? All right,
How you guys doing?
We are doing well. We are very excited to be interviewing you today. You are self-made. Let's run it down real quick. You are an Iranian-American rapper, DJ, and producer. And so let's really get into this whole interview because I got a lot of questions and I need a lot of answers from you.
Okay, go ahead.
You started your career at 14 years old.
Yeah, I started my career at 14.
Okay, so tell us about that.
Well, the town I lived in Glendale, California, I accidentally figured out that there was a recording studio there because I saw a lot of famous people in that studio. When I was 14, I saw Brandy there. I saw Brian McKnight, and I'm like, wait, I see these people on BET with Tigger and all this, like, what's going on here? And I asked, I approached them. I asked. They said it's a recording studio, and I asked to go. I asked to go in. They wouldn't let me in. So I was like, I want to work here. So every day after school for about 2 weeks, I would go and just post up in front of the door, and they would tell me to leave, and I just never did. So 2 weeks later, the owner of the studio said, "Hey, you know how to paint? You're still here? You know how to paint?" I said, "Yeah." Even though I didn't know how to paint, they let me in the studio. They let me in the studio paint a room of a guy. They said a guy rented this room, and he came in, and I met him, and I helped him with his equipment. His name was Max. And when I went, he was down on his, he was like, I don't know what he was going through, but he wasn't going through anything nice. And then I went to Yoshinoya, grabbed me some lunch, and I can never eat alone, so I got him something too. And he was like, "Man, you didn't have to." He was trying to give me $5. I didn't take it, and then we became friends. And then for like a year and a half, I didn't see him or hear from him again after he left the studio some time later. And then I'm watching MTV News, and they said, "Hey, the new president of Sony Urban Music is this guy Max Goose," and it was the same guy that I was hanging out with and buying Yoshinoya for. So it was like a day later, I was at Sony studio knocking the door, saying, "Where's Max?" Like it, closed mouths don't get fed. That's the one thing I learned when I was a young kid. So doesn't hurt to ask. People can say no all they want, but one day somebody's gonna say yes, and that's how my career started, right?
And you opening your mouth at 14 led you to now producing for Crazy Bone at the age of 16.
Yeah. I was at the age of 16, and then when I was 18 or 19, I landed a song through Steve Lobel, who's managing the whole Bone Thugs. We landed a soundtrack with Ice Cube at Priority Records for the Next Friday soundtrack. So I'm like 19. I took my mom to the theaters to watch Next Friday, and she was like, "What is this bullshit? All they do is smoke weed." And you know how people were about weed back then, like it was a drug, like, right? So I'm like, just wait for the credits, Mom. And then after the movie, my name came up in the soundtracks, and it was like a proud moment I was sharing with my mom,
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so you've literally done everything in the industry. What was your ultimate goal? Was it always to be a singer? Was it to be a producer? What was your ultimate goal with your career?
It kept shifting. So I wanted to be a singer so bad because I wanted that limelight. I was hungry for it. But then when I was in the studio and I was backstage at big concerts, I was at a concert, I remember, and the guy holding a backpack full of cash, that's who I wanted to be. That was the producer, that was the guy running the show, and when I was in the studio, I wanted to be that guy that was telling the A&R guy that was telling the artist, "Nah, man, this ain't it. You got to do something else, or this verse is weak. You got to put something now." I wanted to be that guy that was calling the shots because I have so much ideas in me. I have so much creativity in me. I just didn't want to. I wanted to bounce back and forth. But then I learned one thing a long time ago. You can't have a lot of titles. People don't like that. You know what I mean? You can't be the actor, the producer. You can't be the this or that. So I was like, either or. So when I was producing, I was not an artist. When
All
I'm an
right.
artist, I don't produce.
Got it. So it was one or the other. You weren't doing both at the same time.
Yeah. Cause I love gangster rap so much. If I produce for myself, it's gonna be some gangster shit, but like that doesn't sell. What sells is bubblegum music.
Right. This
You
is
know what I
very
mean?
poppy music. There you go. That pop.
Bubblegum music. Don't nobody want to listen to what you're going through. Nobody, unfortunately, nobody really gives a shit. You know what I mean? They call it the mad rappers, right? Mad about the world, mad about their life. Nobody want to listen to that shit. We're in a car at the club. We want to turn up. We want to listen to some shit. The girls want to shake it. The dudes want to pop bottles. You know what I mean? Just positive vibes. That's what it came down to today. Nobody wants to listen to that other stuff. So my advice to anybody watching right now, trying to do a startup on their career, keep your personal shit to yourself. Nobody wants to hear that on record.
Ever. That's good advice. All right. So you had to take an unexpected trip to Armenia for a little bit. Tell us about that and how did that experience change your life?
Okay, so I was on the run from law enforcement.
Not for real.
And I was on a one-way ticket. I went to back home. And then when I was there, people was like, in LA, let me tell you who was popping. Juvenile was popping.
Oh, wow.
Atlanta rap was there. Master P, New Orleans, like it was popping. You know what I mean? C Murder, like it was that. It was the No Limit Tank or the Magnolia, Baby, Cash Money, and it was that era. And when I went to Armenia, people were still listening to Ice Cube and Coolio. I was like, what? I
So
was
you
in
had
a,
to come to speed.
yeah, I was like, yo, let me bring you guys. So I started a radio show at a local radio station, and it was called the Super Sako Show, and it just hit it off. Like the second time it aired, it just started hitting off because the boss called me. He's like, yo, every company that we run commercials for, they want to run their commercials only on your show, and we had to raise prices. And I was like, how much did you raise them? He's like, this much, and I'm like, raise it another double. And I'm like,
Wow.
because this show is gonna be the shit. And so there was no censorship because they don't understand the language over there. So I was on the show saying stupid shit
Like
like curse,
everything.
everything. There was no censors. And in Armenia, it's like the guy who owned the radio station, he was a very powerful guy. So nobody, not even government officials, could tell him anything. So he gave me the green light to do whatever basically I wanted to do.
Got it. Okay. So the rise to fame always has its ups and its downs. Tell us a little bit more about your struggles, how you overcame them, and now how you become such a successful international artist.
I went from like, listen, if you want to be around, you got to put in work. Everybody knows that, right? So when we've had nights when Crazy Bone was on tour, sometimes we were in cities, we didn't have hotel rooms, we'd sleep in the lobby on the couch, passed out. You know what I mean? And I was saying this in another interview with Belair and Brett Barish, and that like I had nights in the studio with like when I used to, no money, just working for free, just waiting for that big break. Like I had to wait around hoping for somebody in the studio would order food for me to get a slice of pizza or some couple strips of chicken, and just keep going. Like I've had nights like that, and so when I did get the bag, I really appreciated it. And I seen so many rappers along the way that used to get advances from record labels and just blow it all away on a watch or get a new Escalade, this, that. And then, a few months later, they're broke again, asking for the record label some money. Record label still fronting them money. But then when the artist pops off and is selling 1.5 million records, he's not getting any money because the label's like, yo, we paid for your car. You bought that stupid chain for $200,000. You bought that Rolex for $75,000, this and this and that. We got to recoup that. So all the money you're supposed to be getting right now, we recouped it. Oh, by the way, remember that limo you took for 3 months and you were flossing with your bodyguards and stuff? We had to pay for that. So, but what the record company was doing, they were doing deals with like Jackson Limousine or Diva Limousine or whatever. They were like, what's your rate? They were like, okay, our rate is $750 a day, including with the driver or whatever. The record company would charge the artist $1,700, and they would get kickbacks. You know what I mean? The whole industry is all about kickback. The whole industry was all about kickback, and I learned that a long time ago. Where they used to come, the A&Rs used to come to the studio, make a deal with the studio because there's a lot of studios, right?
Right.
There's a lot of studios. The competition is a lot. So the studio owner was like, "Hey, listen, I will build the studio 1,500 a day. In reality, I will charge 1,100 a day. I'll give you $400 kickback every day in cash." Am I snitching right now? No, right?
No, you telling us everything we need to know. Hear all of this. Come on, you give us insight.
Listen, I don't give a fuck because they fucked me the same way.
I know that's
You know
right.
what I mean? Fuck them. So they used to get kickbacks. So they'll be in the studio recording an artist for like 7-8 months on an album, right? And do the math: 7-8 months times $400 a day kickback cash. So the A&Rs or the managers or the side managers were getting money, and I'm over there. And I was a kid. I was looking and I'm learning. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that one day.
Okay, and look at you now. So what was the defining moment in your career where you were like, I made it, I can take care of my family, I don't have to worry about anything, and I'm not struggling anymore?
When ASCAP starts sending me checks.
I know like, that's okay.
I was like, yeah, you know. And then when I started getting those calls from the promoters of clubs and venues, like, yo, what is it gonna take, and this and that, and I really didn't want to deal with managers at that time, like booking managers, because nobody really knew better than me, because I've been around so much. You know what I mean? I've been around Steve LaBelle when he was 14. Yeah, since I was 14. So I learned a lot from Steve and from Brad Schmidt and from Mr. Shepard, who was managing DJ Quick, Stan Shepard from Shepard Lane. And like, so every time anybody would book a show for somebody, I would hear it. I got introduced to how writers should look when you send somebody a writer. I remember we had sent something for a TV show, a writer for Snoop. And in the writer, it was like, I was amazed at how Snoop only wanted blue colored M&Ms in the jar.
Wow.
I was like, damn, okay. So I was in the studio, and the first session we had, I was an assistant to the producer Battle Cat. He's one of my favorite producers, and Battle Cat was doing a song with Snoop, and he made me go to the mall and buy all blue candles. He was like, we don't want anything red in the studio. I was like, why? I'm this Armenian kid, you know. I was like, because he's a Crip, and I'm like, okay.
Okay, so he just only wanted the blue one.
He just wants the blue one, you know. And then so I got into, listen, I fell in love with the whole culture a long time ago. I fell in love with the culture a long time ago. As an Armenian, we lived in the Soviet era. We lived under a Soviet socialist communism, right? And in my country, we didn't have any black people, right? So the first black person that I saw was Michael Jackson on TV, and there was the guy wearing the yellow color thing with the fro in the Bruce Lee movie. Was that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? I don't remember.
Look, I don't know. I'm a little young, so I don't really remember. I can't really help you out with that one, Sako.
But listen, so I was like, yo, I fell in love with the sorry, I had a call.
You're good.
Yeah, I fell in love with the black culture, black music. When I was in juvenile hall, I got introduced to gospel because the only church I would want to go to was the black church in juvenile hall. Wow. And I got to sing in the choirs, and I got, Jesus loves me, yes I know. Okay. The soul, like, you know, I got introduced to that at such a young age, and so like I didn't want to hear or affiliate with any other type of music. It was just, you know, that music that came from black folk. Like it has soul more than any other music in the world. And I've studied music, you know what I mean? The second one that has soul is country music.
This is true.
You know, but in music that comes from black folks, you hear pain, you hear the happiness, you hear joy, you hear the praise of the Lord. You hear all that because you guys went through so much struggle as a people, same as us. we've been outsiders. We've had an ethnic cleansing by the Turkish and Ottoman Empire. In 1915, 1.5 million Armenians were massacred. That's every April 24th, we mourn the death of 1.5 million Armenians, and they call it the genocide. And U.S. finally recognized it last year, and so we know how that is. We
You can relate to it.
we relate to it. We're another group of people that went through it, like the Jews with the Holocaust. Anyway, I don't want to get into sad conversations, but like
But it's
we've
real.
been, it's real, and no matter how I'm a positive person, so I'm like, let the past stay the past, but you always have to sometimes touch upon it and just remember where you really come from. And we might not feel it, but for 1 second, I just wanna imagine how the horrible things our ancestors went through.
Yeah, this is very true. Yeah.
Our ancestors went through.
Well, to lighten the mood a little bit, we want to play a game with you if you're all right with that. And then we'll get back to questions.
Of course, for sure.
All right, Destiny is gonna kick it off for us.
Yeah, so we're gonna play a game, smash or pass, okay? So I'm gonna give you someone and you can just say you're gonna smash pass, okay? Like a few, maybe 4 or 5. Ready?
All right.
Okay. So smash or pass, Meg Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion?
Yes.
Yo, I don't like women that are more powerful than men. I'm a pass.
Pass or smash Ari.
Who?
Ari.
I pass.
Ari Fletcher. Pass. Pass or smash Jada Waiter.
Smash.
Okay, all right.
Smash or pass Cardi B.
She said, that's my boy Offset wife. I'm a pass.
And my last, smash or pass Sweetie.
Smash.
Okay. So we got a couple of smashes and a couple of passes.
Couple smash, couple passes.
Pass.
But that's just. But listen. That's just with all due respect. Yeah. I don't want to say it in a derogatory way, smash, but they're all beautiful women.
Absolutely.
Very much so.
So you just spoke of Offset, so let's talk about your new single with him, Kate. How did that come up? And it's doing awesome right now. Congratulations on all the success.
Yes, it sounds good.
Thank you to all the fans, and it's not about me or Offset or the song. The fans make it a hit or not, and it's doing real well on radio right now, and I'm just proud of myself and the whole team. Thank you to everyone. The song came about, my boy Al is really really tight with Offset, and we got introduced, and we were like, yo, let's do the song. We were in the studio playing some beats, and Offset really liked this one, and we just made it happen. And I was like, yo, could we shoot a video to this? He was like, what? I mean, Set is really cool if you can get in touch with him. But he never, him picking up the phone is like, gotta sit there and pray for a miracle.
Do you think you guys will collaborate anymore in the future?
Yeah, I think so. I was telling Set, I was like, look, if this song blows up, could we get Cardi on the remix? He's like, bet. I was like, I don't know what bet means, bro. Like, you could bet on it, but you know what I mean? Don't give me that Hollywood bet, Bet, yeah, let's go.
Need that confirmation.
Yeah, if somebody tells me, like, I never like that Hollywood conversation. Like, yeah, let's do lunch, and they'll never call you. Like, tell me to my face, is it on? Is on. If it's not, like, you know what I mean? Don't, tell me to my face. If it's a go, it's a go. Because if you tell me something, I'm running with it. That's the type of guy I am. I'm like, I feel like I have a soul of a guy that used to live in the 40s and the 50s, where your word was your bond. Like, that's it. We didn't have text messages to cancel meeting. If somebody told you meet me here at 8 and you said okay, you had to walk there or travel on your horse or something to get there by 8. You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe that's the way my father raised me, but like, if you tell me something, like, that's it. And all my people in my circle, they know I'm gonna show up, and I'm gonna show up 15 minutes early.
That's real.
All right, what's up, Sako? So we're gonna play a little lightning round game real quick. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. You just gotta that's it. Boom, one answer. Okay?
All right.
All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna start with this one. Titty or ass?
Ass.
Okay. Chicken or lamb?
Chicken.
Okay. It's tequila or cognac?
Cognac.
Okay. Model or Instagram or dancer?
Model or dancer?
Yeah.
Model.
Okay. Chain or watch?
Watch.
Okay. Rose or Bentley?
Rose.
Okay. Vanilla or chocolate cake?
Chocolate cake.
Chloe or Kim?
Kim.
Kim.
Okay. All right.
That's all I got for you, bro.
All right, so Sako, you achieved so much in your career. What is next for you? Like, how do you evolve even more from here?
God works in mysterious ways. I have no idea. Everything is in his control. He has something, you know, he has something planned for me, or else I wouldn't be here talking to you guys.
This is very true.
Right.
So I'm on his journey. I'm just here until it lasts, you know.
Okay, and we all here together.
But one thing I want to do, and I keep him my praise, I'm like, show me a sign when it's over so I can retire. Because I want to go out. I want to go out while I'm on top. I don't want to be one of those washed up people, like, you know.
Yeah, I feel you. So give us really quickly one artist that you haven't worked with that you would love to work with.
I really would. I would really want to work with Drake, Ross, and Jhené Aiko. Those are the only 3 artists I want to work with.
I like this.
What if you did a collaboration with all 3 on one song? That'd be dope.
With who? All 3 in one song?
Yes.
And we got to get Khaled to say another one.
Another one. Yeah.
I can see that. I see that.
Yeah. Definitely. That's definitely. I do love a lot of other people. Like, I stay clear. I'm a fan. I'm a fan to a lot of people's music, you know, and I don't know. I like supporting people. Like, listen, it doesn't matter who I know or what I don't know. I will never call anybody and ask for concert tickets. I will, if my own friend, let's say Offset is doing a show, I will buy tickets and go to the show. I mean, I believe in supporting each other like that. You know what I mean? I can show you, I can send you a screenshot of my iTunes, all the songs I've purchased. Like, I still purchase music. You know what I mean? I don't listen to YouTube and stuff and skip commercials. I still purchase music. I wanna support. If I see a plaque, an artist holding up that says 1 million records sold, I want to know I was one of those 1 million. You know what I mean? Yeah. So French Montana is another artist I want to work with.
Who was another artist?
French Montana.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I can definitely see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Can you tell all of our viewers where they can follow you, stay connected, all your music that you got coming out? Because we know you're going to have that hot record, and we filmed the video with Drake and Rick Ross and Jhené Aiko. We need to be there, okay?
I know. But my next thing is I want to do something with a Latin artist. It's gonna be Ozuna or Maluma or somebody. My management, my team is working on that. So I want to come with that Latin fire. Thank you to InStyle Atlanta. Thank you to all the fans watching. You can follow me at super_Sako, Sako, Super Sako. I love you. Always remember, if nobody loves you, Super Sako loves you. Stay humble and be grateful for everything you have. And always remember, a year ago, you were dreaming about being where you are today. So give praise to the Almighty.
What you saying? You just said a whole word right there. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you, and we wish you nothing but continued success.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you too. Have a good one. Enjoy it. Hopefully your son wins this game.
Yeah, keep really good daddy.
You gotta be out there, right? You gotta stay out there for another game. Hopefully he wins that one.
Okay, guys.